You've probably heard it before, right? Be grateful, right? Especially because Christmas is coming. Practice gratitude every day. Write about what you're grateful about. Well, if you've been doing it the wrong way, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And here's why.
You can attach meaning to your life, but that meaning is yours and yours alone. It's not objective. It's not an absolute.
First of all, Merry Christmas, bitches. Happy holidays is coming soon. I hope you're excited. It is the time of the year where you have to be grateful. But there's a trick right there. The thing with being grateful is that, when you try to force yourself to be grateful, this is when you start to resent the process of being grateful, and you don't really be authentically grateful. We're not actually focused on the positives. Despite what we claim that being grateful should do, we still think of the things we don't have in our lives, the things that did not happen yet. For example, at least I'm not starving, right? And then you might feel a temporary boost of good feelings, but not really. At the back of your mind, it's still focused on the negative. At least my house did not burn down. At least I did not die, right? Stuff like that. So that's the problem with gratitude. Here are 5 ways where gratitude can fail you in your life. So number 1, when you're not living up to your values. Gratitude can actually be used as an excuse not to live up to your values, which is kind of strange, right? For example, at least, I have this television. Even if I'm not being productive, at least I'll have something to come back to every time I come back from work. I'm stuck in this bad relationship right now. They're abusing me and stuff like that, but at least I have someone in my life. See, that can become very tricky, right? Well, I don't have good grades at school right now, but hey, I'm grateful that at least I'm going to school. That could be very positive, but at the same time, you're not living up to full integrity there because you're not really pushing yourself to achieve your best. It's kind of like it becomes a settling for, which comes to point number 2, when gratitude becomes a settling for something, or something less than you deserve, or less that you can achieve. This includes a miserable job, for example, bad friends, toxic friends, a certain amount of wealth, getting stuck on middle class or even middle upper class. Maybe you have a very good job, but then you reach a cap where you're not able to go further because you're limiting yourself in some ways. Number 3, when it keeps you stuck, whether it's life situation, misery in your life, depression, whatever it is, existential crisis, when it stops you from being able to take action, gratitude may actually be used against you. For example, well, I don't have friends right now, but I have online friends. And then you're grateful for those online friends, which you should, right? For example, me, I'm kind of considered your online friend. You leave me comments down below and I reply to all your comments, and we get this interaction. It's great to be grateful for those things, but gratitude alone for those things is not enough. While you practice this gratitude, you also have to strive towards, let's say, making real friends in real life. Number 4, when it becomes avoidance. Gratitude can become a form of avoidance of deeper emotions, of deeper issues within yourself or in the situation itself. Let's say you're feeling very angry at someone, you're feeling very sad about something, then you tell yourself, well, I'm feeling very angry at this person. At least I'm grateful that at least I have this person in my life. Could be a friend, could be your father. Let's say in the morning, you wake up and you're feeling confused. You don't know what to do with your life. You're feeling lost existentially. I don't know where I am in life, but at least I'm grateful for this roof over my head, right? Well, what does the roof have to do with your situation right now? Right? The roof being on top of your head, sure, it feels nice, but you're not getting at the core of the issue. The issue is not that you're ungrateful. The issue can be something else entirely. Gratitude only helps feeling better, but it'll never literally solve the external circumstance. Gratitude is just a tool. It is not the end-all be-all of happiness. Number 5, when it's forced. Talking to all of you self-help junkies, there might be some of you right now, right, that are like positively obsessed when your self-development work avoids the negatives, the darker aspects of yourself that needs solving right now. And I feel like it's used a lot in gratitude journal, you know, not confronting the darker aspects of yourself. And it becomes a problem when you're forcing it, when you don't feel like it. And obviously when you're forcing a certain state of mind or a certain thought into your head and it doesn't feel authentically genuine, well, there's probably other things to worry about right now that you should address. Number 6, and this one's a big one, when it's used in a shaming way. For example, my father, you know, I would have a bad situation happen to me. I would feel very sad, and then he would just tell me right away, like, hey, I had it so much worse than you. Be grateful for a second for all the things I've done for you. And this can quickly become, I guess, can get into your mind where you feel ashamed of being ungrateful. You're ungrateful of your own ungratefulness. It's like this vicious cycle, feeling discontent, ashamed of feeling certain emotions because you tell yourself, well, I should be grateful with all the things I have in my life. What's the solution to all those things? Practice the gratitude, but as you're grateful, don't get stuck on the gratefulness and still acknowledge the real world. Don't be blindly positives to the point of disregarding important aspects of your life. Before we get into how to be grateful, let's talk about what is gratitude exactly? What is it? You could simply see gratitude as like being content with what is around you, right? Very simply put, let's say during your Christmas dinner, you're grateful for the food that you have, but I think there's a much deeper dimension to gratitude that is rarely accounted for. So when you're grateful for something, you're ultimately accepting the fact that you might lose that thing. All right, if you're grateful for this food, it's kind of implying that I could have not had this food, but I know that I have it. Right? You're acknowledging the transient nature of things. What gratitude implies openness to experience. It implies vulnerability, a sort of softness of the belly, where you're kind of breathing in soft, like welcoming the things around you. You know, when you're angry, you harden up, you put blocks, you put barriers, but gratitude is like openness, like you welcome the sensory experience of life by being grateful for the roof on top of your head. You're also acknowledging the possibility of losing that roof. Maybe a tornado will strike and then the roof won't be there anymore. So how to be grateful? How to actually be grateful? It's actually not that hard, but you gotta consciously practice it. First of all, focus on the things that you do have, right? For example, it could be this camera that is 6 years old that is still doing a fantastic job. Take a thing right now, anything. Don't force it. Make sure it's something you really like. That, you know, maybe like 10 years ago that you were really happy about this thing and you're still using it today. Maybe it's this desk that you're sitting at right now as you're watching this video. And then you see like, oh, I've had this desk for like 5 years, 10 years, and it's still holding this computer right now. And then look at the desk and don't try to force a reason why you like this desk. Don't be like, oh, I like this desk because it was from the shop. No. Look at the desk and be like, that's a nice desk. And just kind of sit there and let yourself feel happy for that desk. Maybe you're gonna go eat rice tonight and you eat rice every day because you're Asian. You know, you kind of forget about like the mundane texture of the rice that you eat every day. But this time, eat the rice and just take a moment. Be like, I've eaten this rice for I don't know how many years, and it's replenished me for all those years. it's given me energy for all those years. Kind of took it for granted, but hey, I have this rice. Just sit down and feel. Don't try to write it down. Don't try to, sure, you can write it down later, but don't force it. Just let the feelings arise. Because you can say anything logically to be grateful about. I'm grateful for this roof, right? You can say that. Are you really? You're not entirely grateful just because you wrote it down. You'll be grateful once you pause and feel. So what is the perfect combination? Gratitude plus action. If you just have gratitude, you'll hit a plateau in your self-development. You'll reach a certain point and then you'll be kind of stuck there if you just do gratitude. Remember, gratitude is only a tool. It is not the end-all be-all of happiness. I don't think so. It's holiday times. It's time to be grateful, obviously, but don't be delusionally grateful, right? You could be grateful for the television set you have. Genuinely grateful for that. But on top of having this television, how can I break my addiction to this television? If I'm grateful for at least being enrolled at a good school, even if I had shit grades, well, how can I take action so I get better grades, so I can be grateful for the school that I have, and also be grateful for my good grades? Right? Being grateful for a C-, sure, maybe you passed, but hey, it's not really something to be proud of if academics is something you're striving for in your life. Gratitude plus action, don't forget. I'll leave you on this. It might sound counterintuitive that in the process of being grateful, you also think of, how transient it is. But I believe that true gratitude has to be grounded in truth. You can't be grateful, delusionally grateful about what you have and think that you have it forever. Anything you're grateful for, you could lose it. And that is the beautiful thing about it. Because a flower would not be beautiful if it would live forever. The fact that it had to come from the ground, and flower is so fragile and vulnerable and so, it's so delicate. And you could just, you could pull it out and it would just die, just like a little pull. That's what makes the flower beautiful. And that's what makes gratitude work. And the number one thing to be most grateful about in your life is your own life. Because you could have not had this life. You could have not been born, or you could have been, you could have been this rock over there, or this paper over there, or this pen over there, or, but you are you. You are you, and all the trillions of cells, of billions of trillions of whatever things that exist, you are you. Contemplate this right now, actually. Think about your life and think like, wow, I'm alive. Just look at your hands. Look at your hands right now. And how marvelous it is to have hands. And those fingers are amazing. Those human fingers, you can do so many things with that. You can dance, you can play the piano, you can write, you can create something, you can build something with your own hands. You can build something, you can do things with those hands. Being grateful is about basking into the amazingness and miraculousness of life itself. So thank you for watching. This was Nam Iles, Nameless. Tell me in the comments, what are you grateful for? Subscribe, click on the bell to see all my videos that I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Merry Christmas. I'm gonna get fat too for the holidays. Get as fat as you want. But don't forget your self-development. See you next time.